Shirvada Sausidi Makuru Panzadara Shasnadara Samanda Shirvada Sausidi Shirvada Sausidi Makuru Shasnadara Samanda Shirvada Manjiravagan to Sumada Shasnadara Samanda Shirvada Sausidi Oh, Goravana Darabara, Madajero, and Somarigana Jadana, Razama, Jerabara, oh, Goravana Darabara, Madajero, the Somarigana Shadana, Razama, Jerabara, Goravana Darabara, Madajero, and the Somarigana Shadana, Razama, Jerabara, the members of the Tibetan Institute of Performing Arts performing a traditional dance, and His Holiness is walking in the Tibet Temple courtyard. The name mantra of His Holiness Dalai Lama is being recited at Main Temple. This prayer, long life puja offering, is led by Namgyal Monastery, and we have the representatives of the different Tibetan Buddhist traditions, the head lamas from different traditions in the temple. We have representatives of the Theravada tradition, waiting for His Holiness. His Holiness blessing the people as he walks along the temple courtyard. Theravada monks making offering to His Holiness.
His Holiness walking into the Kalachakra temple.
Oma Guravina Darbara Madhujero, the Somadi Janashadan, the Rasamada Jerabazo, Oma Guravina Darbara Madhujero, Somadi Janashadan, the Rasamada Jerabazo, Oma Guravina Darbara. When the Somadi Janashadan, the Rasamada Jerabazo, Oma Guravina Darbara Madhujero, and the Somadi Janashadan, the Rasamada Jerabazo. Bara Mandujero, the Somadi Janashadan, the Rasamada Jerabazo, Guravina Darbara Mandujero, the Somadi Janashadan, the Rasamada Jerabazo, Guravina Darbara Mandujero, and Somadi Janashadan, the Rasamada Jerabazo. Guravina Darbara Mandujero, and Somadi Janashadan, the Rasamada Jerabazo, Guravina Darbara Mandujero, and Somadi Janashadan, the Rasamada Jerabazo. Guravina Darbara Mandujero, and Somadi Janashadan, the Rasamada Jerabazo, Guravina Darbara Mandujero, and Somadi Janashadan, the Rasamada Jerabazo. Guravina Darbara Mandujero, and Somadi Janashadan, the Rasamada Jerabazo. Guravina Darbara Mandujero, and Somadi Janashadan, the Rasamada Jerabazo. Guravina Darbara Mandujero, and Somadi Janashadan.
So we have Garden Rinpoche, and to his left is the Sakya Tenzin Rinpoche, and to his left is the Sherpa Cheche Rinpoche, and then there is Siddha Rinpoche. If you're listening, you may recite the mantra of His Holiness Dalai Lama Om A Guru Vajradhara Bhadraka Manjushri Vagindra Sumati Jana Shasana Da Samudra Shri Bhadra Sarvasiddhi. Here we have some of the members of Tibetan Central Administration. And the Samudra Shri Bhadra Sarvasiddhi. Wan Zhou Xian Le Tu Peng San Yi Xi Du Zi Deng Den Jing Jia Qian Ru Zuo Zi Bei Jian Pa Zhuo Chao Nang Bei Mo So Wa De. It's a verse praise prayer to His Holiness the Dalai Lama. Now His Holiness walking behind the temple, the Main Temple, Shelling Temple, and everyone is getting ready to receive His Holiness. And this long life prayer offering to His Holiness was instructed by, or advised, recommended by the Tibetan National Protector Deity, Nechung Choegyud Chambo, on the 10th of the first Tibetan month this year, 2146th royal year, which is the year of Earth peak, when Nechung was, as it's the tradition, was consulted every year. As it's being consulted, he's being consulted every year. This year he recommended to make an extensive offering of long life prayer for His Holiness the Dalai Lama. So accordingly, Tibetans inside and outside Tibetans from the 3 traditional provinces and the major Buddhist traditions of Tibet, as well as the Tibetan deities, requested His Holiness for his consent to make this long life prayer offering. And His Holiness gladly accepted this offering, and today we are having this long life prayer offering for His Holiness Dalai Lama. So that's the Pumbo leader, that Lama of the indigenous Tibetan religion, Burn. And to the left of the Burn religious leader, head of the Burn tradition, we have Changse Choegyud Rinpoche, Gosok Rinpoche, His Eminence Gosok Rinpoche, and then Gayentu Rinpoche, and now His Holiness touches Sakyatsinsen Rinpoche's head. And then we have Venerable Sharpa Choegyud Rinpoche, Gen Dorji, and Taisidu Rinpoche, and the head of the Nyingma tradition. And then I think the Garden Tisu Rinpoche, Rizong Rinpoche is also there. So let's met him. The former Garden Rinpoche. Then we have the abbots and of different monasteries. Seradebonga, then Tashalhambo, Gume, and so forth. Here we have the former cabinet ministers and other former CTA officials, as well as the current officials, some of the current of CTA officials, and this is Namgyal Monastery monks leading this prayer. According to the Tibetan calendar, today is the th of the 3rd Tibetan month, the month of Kala Chakra, as it's also considered. So from the 7th to the 12th which is of the third Tibetan month, which is from the 11th to 16th of May, for 6 days, with Sakyat Goma Tenzin Rinpoche leading the ritual prayer. Namgyal Monastery monks, as well as Gyutu monks, representatives of Gyutu and the monastery, 45 monks in all, 45 people performed a long life puja for His Holiness. This is the usual praise to the Buddha, the 3 continuous practices. Minamgya, Dumba, Sangya, Chumden, Depe, Gyalwa, Shaikya, Tuban, This is the prayer which recounts the list the names of the previous reincarnations of Avalokiteshvara, including the 14 His Holiness the Dalai Lamas, and also reincarnations in India, and other incarnations in Tibet, written by the late Gyabje Trishik Rinpoche, Now comes the point of the prayer where Nyati Temple, the first Tibetan king, is mentioned. Tori Yensen, during whose time the Buddha Dharma initially reached Tibet, as it's usually believed, through some miraculous appearance of some scriptures. It's the Thanga painting of Amita Yus, I think. This long prayer is being offered based on Amita Yus ritual, which is called drawing forth the essence, the pure essence So this particular ritual for long life offering to His Holiness Dalai Lama was composed by the fifth Dalai Lama, Ngawala Sangyatso, and Looks like it's part of the 25 visionary teachings of His Holiness, the fifth Dalai Lama. The ritual is entitled Drumtsen Doje Radeng Togde Gyachin Ki Tsebame Tangma Jujin Ki Kone Simchung Tinshu Ki Chogyud Tang Jungin Nejur Lakubel Hendab Tache Patini. So this, together with the supplementary texts for daily practice, as well as for as a ritual for making long life offering in the Simchung, I think, which refers to the residence of His Holiness, based on a meter use named Tangma Judin, drawing forth the pure essence amid the use. Which is part of the thunderbolt sealed. The text sealed with thunderbolt and marked with drum syllable. Doji Ra Ding, which means Vajra spokes, which are standing. Open Vajra spokes marked with drum. This is a prayer for tea offering. Holding the different offerings as part of this long life offering to His Holiness, the Dalai Lama, our Supreme spiritual leader of the Tibetan people. This is a prayer for the sweetened rice, I think. This is the 17th Nalanda Master's Praise. The verse in case of Chandrakirti just finished. Namanki, Gesan, Duche, Tola, Dente, Shandriva. And next comes Shandakshita. And after that comes Master Kamala Shila. Senze Babemeng Mansu Shabla Sova teaching then. And then comes the praise to Master Arya Sangha. Nidon Susun, Donamdi, Trupa Sense. Next comes Master the Omniscient. The second omniscient one, as he is known, Master Subandhu. Nomi Jinze. And then comes Master Dignaka, Master of Logic and Epistemology. And after Dignaka comes Master Dhammakirti. There were masters Gunaprabha and Shakyaprabha, the masters of Vinaya, monastic code of discipline. And then, lastly, Master Atisha Dipankara Srijana, Sarlishe June Chonam, through this prayer to the 17 Nalanda masters, the crowning jewel of scholars and practitioners, may my mind be matured and attain liberation. Cholsum Gombe Parage Yojete Samne Yabatella Yeb Jingia Nebantita Trube Dote Zijin Bella Shinda Chinam Tsungra Tenla Chawa Chebra Short De Kundo Vetuda Rosso Yumpa Tambe Kirub Fupto Pel Zamlin Sachen Tato Zekurchi Pedu Yunzo Yelundrup Namjen Gewai Goban Yuwa Nido Tabu Namga Chisi Drove Dunje Sho the seven Vajra lines of Master Atmasambhava. Guru Pema Siddhi Lapchamsam Pema Kesara Dongbol Yadze Choya Ngodro Nye Pema June Kodo Kando Mambe Keke Cheso Da Dote Chenje Lote Sheso Goro Pema Zere Oye Ye No Janda Pema Kesara Dongbol Yadze Choya Ngodro Nye Pema June Sheso Odo Gando Mambe Go Gege Dezo Da Doje Cheye Loje Dezo Mazide Dode Dendo Veze Nyomeje Lendo Dembeze Walonje Doman Dejen Nazo Debego Tuvan Tuji Kyase. This is prayer written by His Holiness the Dalai Lama to invoke the blessings of his Guru Padmasambhava. Habra Chison Desin Yapsi Eki Pogum Tushir Gurme Sheshe Zeba Tunena Didiri Choegyud Tuji Kyonvarasu Benshin Temen Kulchu Tunge Nara Ngedan Sola Chikpe Ngandra Shish Teta, Dundol, Hoson Chin, Dobdan Dench, Keret, Lama Chufu, The 5 Dakinis are invited. The actual life ritual related with Amita use, choegyud, bringing forth the pure essence Amita use. This prayer comes from a visionary, a vision. It comes from a vision of Cholsum Namgyal, related to the 5 Dakinis, to get rid of or overcome inauspiciousness. We have Nechung Kutinla waiting to go in trance. Karing. The purified state of pride, the lineage deity of the jewel lineage, deity of the jewel lineage, who perform the activity of extensive or increase together with your host. These are accept this offering of the 5 essential objects and get rid of the inauspiciousness of the southern direction. Please eliminate all the unfavorable conditions that come from the earth element and the affective disturbing conception of arrogance. And bestow the long life initiation, the precious initiation of the wisdom of equality. And make the Guru immutable, indestructible, and steadfast. Praying to the Guru, who is omniscient and who has transcendental wisdom, and at the same time arises in a physical form due to his compassion for all sentient beings, requesting the Guru to sit firmly on the fearless lion throne, as the object of offering of all the sentient beings. The Dagni of the western direction has been called on. belongs to the Lotus lineage and performs the activity of subjugation or overpowering. Asking them to overcome the obstacles or unfavorable conditions caused by the element of fire and the afflictive mental affliction of desire, and bestow the empowerment, lifelong life empowerment of the Lotus lineage, which is the discerning wisdom, individually discerning wisdom, and may the life of Guru be made firm, indestructible, and steadfast, unchangeable. Amen. May you live long for 100,000 eons, immutable. That is a prayer with regard to the body of the Guru, to live steadfastly, firmly on the indestructible high throne, and his speech fulfilling the wishes and aspirations of all sentient beings. With that quality, may he live long, and his mind being free from the four extremes, and having reached the pinnacle of wisdom and compassion, with the unwavering concentration, Vajra concentration, may you live long, may you live long. Darkening of the northern direction is invoked to overcome all the obstacles. Caused by the element of wind and mental afflictions of jealousy, and to bestow the long life of initiation. With the all-accomplishing wisdom of activities. Purified state of ignorance, the deity of the Buddha lineage. Who performs the enlightened activities spontaneously together with his dear entourage. Please accept this offering of the 5 central objects. Overcome the obstacles that arise from the element of space and the mental affliction of ignorance. And bestow the long life offering, long life empowerment. The spontaneous long life of initiation of the Dharma wisdom. May you, the sun, which has no rising and setting, but appears to benefit, appears beneficial. May you live for 100 eons. Eons. The ocean of eons. Sustenance for the flower, the lotus flower of Dharma and sentient beings. Sure, Nechung has gone in trance and now arrives. Nechung is offering a mandala to give it 5 colors scarf. There is a lay oracle going in trance. Nechung is talking to His Holiness Dalai Lama. Changa oracle is behind Nechung. And also Nyenchen Tangla behind the Ringchenga. Ringchenga Mar. It's not sitting Chama, that's another oracle from Ladakh, Kargil. Is offering a beverage to His Holiness. Taking the beverage himself. The Daki Oracle offers mandala to His Holiness. His Holiness offering the 5-colored scarf. Nachung offered katak to the images of Avalokiteshvara and Guru Sambhava. Also the Buddha. Nachung goes down. The oracle talked to His Holiness. Nachung oracle giving kata scarves to the head lamas. The oracle making offering a scarf to Sikyong, the President of Central Tibetan Administration. And we have now next Nyenchen Tangla, another indigenous Tibetan deity. Nyenchen Tangla talking to His Holiness. The Lady Oracle. This is a long life prayer to His Holiness Dalai Lama, composed by the previous Zongsar Kendrin Buche Jamyang Kenze Choegyud Lotu. Noje damja doje tabu den zamje namchu chambo shaben su ya doran ye ya wasum da yemen trebale ni bo shaben su yesu sumla choto menga shen bobe dejin gebo yong so so yanda ribe chu dole namje chambo shaben su sa gibe Jedrub lege, kolu chogyud bel, nyen duge, langbu leba gem, je mabe singe, shaden su, yangon yende. Yanje nezo samen drishitin, je shingon son nyen zepa, da je changwash. Yaba kunge, nelu chogyud je, sabsen yiso mebe. In this long life prayer, Jamyang Khyentse Choegyud Rinpoche relates to His Holiness as the upholder of all the different Tibetan Buddhist traditions. Geluk, Sakya, Nyingma, Choegyud, and also it says His Holiness has appeared in the form of a teacher in the land of snows, though he is Kalachakra himself. Maje Choegyud la Nyingba Tel Yenda de Wakunge Kepch. Timde Jatsu Wombor Shabden Sir, Eva Sumge, the Junson. Gange Jabe, Zinshi, Kolola, Lenshi Tabje, Lenger Tuba. Jabujambo Shabden Sir, made such a high, to don't live it, touch it, say Jabe. So this prayer begins by saying that His Holiness is the teacher of all the beings of the three realms of existence, being the emanation of or embodiment of all the compassion of all Buddhas. Nichiren Oracle consolidates the prayers of all the lineage lamas of the different Tibetan Buddhist traditions, at lamas, and offers a scarf to His Holiness. Choegyud, the Isom Nebel, Ishime, Sishi Minsewa, Chonjor, one two chamber chapters, the common she is some boy. Yes, on the shit. Zimbe double chapters, Vacances a moment long, then get no on board chapters, national peace, two color, and what you said. So, the issue so to the Sangian worship. I'm never hungry so much. I'm never the sign of the miracle worship. The man the Shindacha, Mate Chagi, and the Yin Budget, and the Zinjatsu on worship dancer, the Basum on ye Shabbat, she call Lord, Jam worship dancer, and the such a high to never touch it, say Jabet, is a Herocape shop dancer that are born in the naked part from Shindu to one. To the Chilla Shum de Tissues, and the Pajos and Hitch. And my items. It's another long prayer to His Holiness. Choegyud, the verse prior to His Holiness to spontaneously accomplish his noble aspirations. Talk offering. Long mandala offering.
no bolanje jan damene le dan le bang aya yende dalam jojo damene ye da rembo je wo bazanje je wa mame ba ye lo do golo rembo je no bo rembo Zemo rembo je lembo je lambo rembo je dajo rembo Mabe rembo je derjembo ye bombo ye ma jewa lo ma gara ma medo ma dobe ma nanze ma jeja ye ma dawa rembo je do jole namba gewe gen Özuladan beye bence bezon dava mazan o meva zanje yedava Eda cincin zavadan givare ve bandellamadan bayon O demben ada kengoyun geve ombo danje gencin ziva Cizin cemben avan lozan yece denzen yazı Süzün van gözün ba mevede bezan vecen Dendan cöve göndo ceve Geva cidane cida gevado Dembara şubur sova
We are making this offering of mandala in order to request Your Holiness to live for tens of thousands of eons for the benefit of all sentient beings and as the Lord of the Dharma and all sentient beings. This ground anointed with perfume or scented water, strewn with flowers, adorned with the Mount Meru, the four continents, the sun and the moon. We imagine this, the Buddha filled, and offer it up to You. In the space before us, upon a line through, with the vision of lotus and sun and moon, may You live for hundreds of eons to make the Dharma flourish. And as object of our merit filled to accumulate merit. Now, Sajja Dr. Rinpoche
Shido Kube de General Talta Pimbara Sambaye, Tese Beljo, Tumgara, Yuan Chewe, Tamata, Namba Tamse Kembe, Kesara to Zivara Torakul. She Tebe, Tlekebe, Tezike, Meto, Nombara Torve, Kele, Kalam Yambara Chene, Kapso, Babe, Slora Chawa, Tian Chiketo, Gombo, Chimbe, Kilamara, Ato Tamjo, Wetanga, Namdolo, Tundulam.
Rinpoche began with supplication to the three deities of long life. And Rinpoche quoted certain lines from Mahayana Uttaratantra Shastra, the sublime continuum of the Mahayana treatise.
Losala Namba do Bezin Chambo, Yanga Zule, Galsana, Pelto, Chimeke, Moche, Pabe, Northern Larawando, Church, Tintin, Younger, China, Cabatan, Tribal College, Satan, Caltan, Yonzo, Yangata, Suge, Chile, Tado, Troyan, Chenge, Wambo, Namia, Sabane, Samo Chike, Kule, Maya, Shendo, Chitara, Shingi, Norbo, Remboche, Wange, Galboy. Digo Tada Jungwa Chita Shindo Durjan Ge Kamda Wambata Samba Tang Pala Nyaldan Jeso Temple. Suge Namro Tang Shala Gawa Jingi Temple Deba Tangi Di Gitawa Chitang. Chita Ranja Kanjemba Yonge Jalan Gwenda Bunye Jiburo Kurba Cheta Lemin Kendele.
The omniscient Buddhas, though they don't waver from their own realization, but out of their compassion manifest in the form of teachers to lead sentient beings to state of liberation, freedom, and omniscience. And particularly in the case of Your Holiness, Your Holiness, for some purpose and reason, we mention your name. So we, the Tibetan people in and outside of Tibet, of the three traditional provinces as well as the different spiritual traditions, Your Holiness the Dalai Lama, though in reality you are embodiment of the compassion of all the Buddha, as it's well known through prophecies. You were found as the unmistaken reincarnation of the previous Dalai Lama. Though many uncountable eons ago you became enlightened, as Chankiti says, the birds don't fall because the sky has come to an end. Similarly, though the emanations of the Buddhas are limitless, Aryavalokiteshvara manifested in the form of gurus.
지에 또 발상와 베길에 투무상계 근처에 라면 파보 직접 뒤에 스놈의 개발을 파서 송바탕 사와드메 길에 관계가
So the mysterious qualities of you are beyond the conception of even the Arya Bodhisattvas. So there's no need to mention that someone like me, an ordinary being, can fathom the qualities, your qualities. But as it is mentioned in many sutras and tantras, just being able to make offering to even a poor of your body is greater than making offerings to all the Buddhas. In Tibet and India, Avalokiteshvara manifested in many forms, such as Kyu Nangwa and so forth. And then in Tibet, you manifested as the progenitor of the Tibetan race. You manifested as many different Tibetan lamas and kings of Tibet. Lamas such as Sachin Kunga Nyingbo, and you have helped centuries. And that His Holiness the Dalai Lama went through the study of the great classic texts. Then the auspicious substances, 8 of them. To state of liberation, freedom, and omniscience, and particularly in the case of Your Holiness,
Kodalamia Namden Jamgan Galway Wamba Tamje Kenjan Suba Chambo Cho Gabatan Tengeledo Tengene Nigerian Jambalanga
Holiness, for some purpose and reason, to mention your name. Chitun Jambenga no sa Tenzin Katsu, someone gets some Pete Pel Sambo.
Gente Shesumba
Water Johnso Jeve Cheso de Tambe Sanje Mo Jade Mo Nanze Mo Jeja Nyemo Da Wo Rimbo Je Do Jole Namba Jeve Yen Zola Da Meye Benjo Bezon Zowa Ma Zangwa Meba Zanje Yedo Dada Jinjin Zowa Dan Jiwa Jeve Bande Lama Damba Yongzo Tembe Ngada Jangwen Jave Wombo Danje Jinjin Sewa Jizun Jambe Ngawan Lozan Yeje Denzen Jazo Sisun Wanjo Zomba Mebe De Be Zambe Jen Dendan Jove Gondo Jave Gewa Tijane Tijaje Bado Tembara Shubara Sowa Dabe Ledo Jinga Wewa Toje Jove Dendo Jezo Zijene Manjo Zenje Dan Toze Wa Jembe Gwane Chingi Lodo Zoje
Wa Pyo Shuma Shije cholsum choegyud dan jebe lade mede yone yala dumba mental dan jeba ngondo dove kone lege tising sala papjing solje da gwa jiworo gete haja chame je kapso pabe solo chawala tomara gewa gombo choge namdara jede soshen demba pado gewa mental ke nambara shaw tamara gewa shabe gelba gyatoro soshen shebara solo deba dan somle tambone 다자 남게 된초 거든 총다 마제바 감스마 최게 결보 제든 잠불랑와 로상이세 된된 자도 세송 완교로 총바 메베데 벨상베 샬nga 네게 템바 포스마 초바데 네베 텐도 대숨게 상게 탐제게 도제 제도 되베랑서 파조 차나 베메 남돌도 제숨 남바라 다베 롱게 조베 갈레 왕보 Tamje Kenjan Seba Seria Tangwa Dora Rimbara Chembe Yang Se To Sekje Dora Sershento Jalje Tama Chingyebe Lebara Shamne Tultala Jalwe Yang Se To Nyeba Dela To Nyebe Na Chike To Loben Dawa Tabe Umala Jubale Kanchira Namga Tema Mela Dana Salora Kurbe Chirangonze Topjo Kebe Tala Kege Layan Bekurchen Ome Tone Kange Tondo Bekuro Koban Choshewa Yenden Tada Tado Tsongba Meba Tene Kege Nye Shesongba Tar Gombo Kanye Kalba Bado Mebe Ngorone Zomen Changsomke Padara Sende Dishe Yule Nambara Jalne Topjo Dan Mijiba Shia Danye To Ngobara Zobara Sange Sembena Chike To Loben Tawan Tabe Umala Juba Le Namga Mebe Tapchan Dobara Mikuro De Dirne Ranto Sebe Dobara Gyurtench Lama Tanje Sange Sanama Sange Yenden Kadara Taye Majo Dobaran Gyuro Shesongba Tar Zobe Sange Yenden La Teme Batan Namdo Lanya Teme Bena Pajo Jenese Wancho Je Chanjo Semba Chembe Tulsone Motara Dulbe Rolka Taleba Namga Chisi Neba Tisi Do Semjenge Tendebe Tul Dode Sama Do Geba Tan Sange Palbo Chiye Dotan Beme Chawa Jenge Gyu La Soba Do Gyu Taye Ba Ne Songbe Sangwa Samge Michabe Yendenge Tatan Chane Topjo Ngawa Namge Ishe Bashi Ge Choyo Le Paba Namge Jan Jabara Mine Na Data Bo Soso Gewe Samje Ge Yule Deba Shumige Jang Chige To Pal Sangwa Debe Gyule Tisum Sange Kunchebe Lame Pabo Chikchab Tiye Sonam Chabara Pa She Songba Tang Sangwa Deme Gyule Kange Galba Gede Shidonge Pardo Jimba Tang Chutim Song Seba Kum Tunde Tam Samde La Nyambarasha Sherab Geba We Lai Ko Tenda Beji Ge Gemba Geje Chamba Sonam Che Te Galba Gede Shidonge Para Jangba We Lama Keji Temple Sonama Joe, the teacher Shana, Tedinito, Sangave, Chiro, Shesumba Tang, Baltiki, Kole Gule, Galba to Tomatam Jeto, Kunjo Sumla, Chabata, Soja Cheve, Tekape, Tedra Sange, Mitomte, Yandanga to Lamala. Tawe Yege, Yachana, Chodan, Tomon, Udumne, Tedinito, Tobaran, Guru, Shek. Do get danger to Malia, Baldan Lame, Tengi, Chashi, Kitty, Tamshi, Tebe, Gang, Galba, Cheve, the Don Changshan Tane, the Jenke, Shekula, Devara, Chabara, Sombana, Sonama Sobe, Tendo, Gombo, Chogi, Namdara Samge, Micha Pale, Zati, Silva, Tamshi, Shuna, Tia, Kuchewe, Yendani, Tembandi, Wando Chana, Jambala Taki, Tang, Samo, Chema, Mebe, Kadam, Lekbam Sola, Salora Sombashin. Tembe Jangar Tamse, Kio, Nawa Nesong, Chegala Gawa, Palge, Parke, Jaga, Pabe, Yulke, Tura, Tomata, Habara Kadama Lebam, Le, Gekari, Gombo, Jendes, Ripema, Tonda, Ible, Ba, Shechawa, Losaba, Ne, Yultashi, Jumde, Kege, Shingtana, Kege, Durja, Neta, Kasa, Salora, Lungtan Bashin, Puyo Kanjan, John, Habara, Dulsing Dosene, Joe, Chanjo, Sembe, Number Road, Tomara, Mia, Doa, Pel. Tatodore, Yendenge, number rone, Tambe Chege, Unye, Cheja Sonzen Gambia, number rone, Sange, Tembe Solte, Cheja Tison, the Tenge, number rone, Galia Temba, Yonson Toba, Tageso, Deba, Nesong, Galenge, Roga, Tomata, Shan Domden, Galia, Jone, Ngada, Nyara, Guru, Chawang, Sajan, Kunga, Nimbo, Rogan, Chejalan Pabak. Sang Yudaba, Yasamba, Chemelam, Lasaba, Riso, Machebe, Tenzinki, Kibo, Keba, Pende, Tatan, Toba, Tobe, Nanjo, Lasaba, Chanju, Sembe, Dega, Taebe, Number Road, Tuma, Mayimbe, Doshing, Kanjen, Jonge, Lujan, Namacheda, Santingi, Guane, Duba, Ta, Mamimba, Mimba, Tang. Mimba, Cholo, and Tebe, Nanzul, Samjake, Yule, Deshing, Labra, Katam, Lebamle. Jere Siwan Sangpuru Jola She Songba Tarak, Jedani Chembe Longsinge Tose, Sere Tabo Dinge Nanten, Tamje Kemba Chana, Bema, Gindian Chuba, Palasambone Sonde, Sumden, Ngomi, Kalge, Number Roching. Kenze Nisumdan, Dembe, Galua, Wambe, Koye, Changwa, Sere, Changwa, Darasama, Chepara Chene, Dembe, Dembala. Demba Niba Chamba, Dabi, Dendo Jitan, Kebara Kawa, Rebe, Dendo Yangla, Garden Samjele, Deba, Jamba, Mase. Ten Nima Nade Jawa Namla, Habara Zewe, Pajo Jiden, Wanjo Nik. Laya Mi, Shato So Rolde, Daja Gun Meba, Namge Ganta, Gameba, Namge Japso. Dome Saye, Tiller Siba, Namba Nala Site, Yavimari, Pusman Tobe Gile. Tondola Tembe Soko, Sato She, Kelba, Mambro Lambda Kombe, Gebo Tamba, Jie Jebe, Solshendo. Tamebe, Korwa, Tadale, Tadege, Nijonta, Rimebe, Jowa, Tamjela, Pujiba, Zewe, Gune, Landek. Chigeto, Gombo, Ludumge, Debe, Shitin, Le, Timne, Guda, Miki, Sashendo, Yenden, Gunge, Shitin, Labara Songa, Shesumba, Tarak. Tudimge, Laba, Jajara Cheba, Dule, Denege, Tenja, Sosora Tabe, Labja Tang, Chanjo, Sembe, Jeba, La, Juba, Lek. Chanju Semge, Kyona, Gejeke, Korwe, Tundra Dambe, Yamtanam, Desha, Namge, Seshe, Jajashing, Jidan Lamire, Jebe, Chajara, Guru, She, Sumba, Tara, Yala, Genge, Joba, Jibe, Lam, Lana, Mebe, Chanjumge, Chodo, Tugebe. Chanju Sembe, Labjata, Jeljen, Jansale, Moduva, Tamjene, Kilkoto, Wankurwa, Le, Jungoran, Guru, She, Tubjen, Geta, Kaje, Rigdene. 자기가 전부 초게 무조게 발게 무조 탐제게 중내서 결바린 den가게 돈바데 돈바 숨 솔신도 색 예외 생년 돌와다 템베 잡아 센섬 검섬다 케베 잡아 저저 좀섬다 땡게 니게 잡아 케전 상섬게 고네 샘쟁게 된 바도 매바 대베 간전난 차베 케바 군게 존나 샤생게 다세 알소원데 Dansa Chambo Sumdan, Lademelan Chamora Takura Tamja, Debe, Longre, Donge, Kajan, Tambe, Kamarita, Kyoto, Mawe, Babak, Meme to Jom, Riso, Machebe, Rige, Joben, Tomale, Kanjenge, Jonso, Shube, Sanyan, Tubda, Riso, Machebe, Kaso, Dama, Ninge, Menga, Tata, Pumba, Kanjo, Toldo, Sembe, Yenden, Jaje, Paroldo, Sana, Tubden, Yonzo, Dabura, Kuro, Sansam, Nawe, Tunik. Parodo Chimbe, Kunzom, Tantambe, Chanju, Samdan, Dorje, Tebe, Nambara Shaba, Ngambara Toba, Tamje, Chuve, Gishendo, Tunyam So Shebe, Kidum Gil, Kavan, Tomboro Shuk. Kushine, Tine, Kanjon, Lami, Namden, Tambaranga, Solwashin. 차방 담제 최신도 대화라장 샹라 편바라 셰베 화삼타 니로 출신도 녀베 제랍게 dob게 랑게 제다라 센제 토냠소 셰베 최담제 돌제 로단 참바라 긴 미체바라 템바라 대바데 대한 소다게 dom바 턴도 녀와 남라 랍제 숨당 대전 계획자 남라 진주다 군산 라면 샤롱 타보 타겐 투바 공사라 람지미 최종소 바로도 쳔베 냠란타 갈와 초단 덴바 남라 왕단 규단 명아 타예바 덴데 갈려 덴바 타다 벨로르제 개발 발조 탐벼 상계 티게 콜레 민제 왕게 렘바 파베게 요도 담도 마세 담네 샤노게 린장 토마라 갈바 초단 덴베 korja chenpo deba la yang zalwe ngonzhen ketu kongma solan ya minga we ngotsalwe namtar to nga yoje ke demba tan chaldik chado kan chungwa tamjeng tende dedab kona de chedon de chede zombe deba la tende ke kebe wangbo sijang jaye chanya demba mise jen nyembe chabe cho tamje to chabe sonam tang sharam niga dembe dolja chame ba yana yando deba la gelze tendenge tinlen tebe zamlin tobe gyalsam jeboro kyoro shen konsa gyalyo wangbo choge tabge tuje tam kembe ishe songdo jube doble miye rike rintang kondor donan jege toge tam chulo nanpinjin tungden yongwe tujen nangyo toge tam peki chedan rikshon tingzhong jege toge tam payol nalende chige larso nangyo toge tam제 대전단 제바시 누투레 소자 용게 초답탄 delwa rangjong kamge khoyo nyamge 내단라 용소 껴베 람단타 체게 민라 템베 미데 탑제게 자와 제만 도 조심바 남 가버런데네 잠년 출로한다 민남 편진 견자tin 공별도 대바타 하버른 밀로 동다하게 로기 자제나 신진게 폐게 처단 리숑 민ям 긴전에 다소 돌자 남라 뒤다도 투자와 전배 람된 대바당 technique 랑당 핀전 제외 동알 바시게 뒤다외 감들의 덤바 상기 점된되게 덤베 닝제 닝보 전게 차와 매배 처당 체면 시외 다제 차탕와 통념서 세상 상다 동버런데백 년도 론다도 차배 최대 년도 전게 노벨 시대 상다게 전배 상다가다 도마 볼센데백 잠년 제고 용게 마저 삼바 직전 dim바 직당 양직도 직대 시대 대변 전보로 나서로 상 조배 상계게 랑가라 셰베 도에 롱게 선배 바관 바바 루트브 라서바 제도부 제외 되네 반날렌데 텐텐게 계장 담바 남게 시숑남 자가 파베 유로 조로 규베 유도 카도 타베 대바타 조배 상계게 송배 담배 체계 저장라 체리게 차단 따주비게 차단 체계 차저 숨도 야와라 대정 삼장 탐제 대와 대바당 동알라 미대 바당 대와 주바당 동알라 설외 톱당 야바당 대와 주바당 동알라 설외 니바 야바당 제베 관내 다니마 인베나 출루라 마덴베 상제 서조견라 차벨레 제벨레 제조당 섬조로 상주에게 신용 롭서 랍시 단된 댐변대정 출루라 마덴베 상주에게 섬전 지용게 대전 루트바당 사바라토 남바 상계베 출루 zem바당 치로베 출루가 zem바소 출루당 미리게 연제메바 미 지도게 대전 dum난제베 랍쟁게 제바시인 태양 출루 칸당양 잡가조 미조싱 출루 칸랑양 예바도 단미게바 난섬게 렌탄게 시자 템보시 등여 탑라마시당 도와 미에 렌탄 규라 개베 탑속 로종게 nenga ngoje deba kanshi chuluki sogen chidaba kandaya madewa sangje yakeso tantang tonang shimbani zamni kyenyoso zoba chinang pusum zoba tang shite tinaiso chunang deba lana meba yin tedar labjenge deba shibo deshinan gyalcho kunden chushiba chimbo gyawang tamje kenchen seba chimbo cho kone ngana mebe zedinge chenang madar medo chungwe deba tang chenleke chashenam tenде 개워 근게 통제소 규르바제 도나 공부 계게 니사 추지게 대바야 팔바타게 제르로도 장 저버라 미네베 ngotsalwe nambara tarba nam카다라 양신 겨서다라 띵사박 랑게 도데 레장 당오라 가웨 ngan툴제네 페탐데 연단 타다바네 파바 남게 장 저버라 미세바제 텐텐텐 조가라 제외 전나 반도 영선도변 다와 냐칸와 다보 소스마 계고 용게 저게 샵게 빼모 최신바 댕이네 접수만 되면 당에 초사배 신라나 매발라서 니바 파도 개와 멘탈게 남바라 샤바니 다신 섬전 탐제게 류롱제 투섬도 사배 개와 탐제 교르 제발에 중에 남바 라블링시 닌다 단제 네제 파다미 발조 탐제 다 개보 쳔베 선남게 단다시베 다게다 덴베 징게 랍샤라랑 개민단 쳔레게 권에 장 다시베 데서 저바 남바게다 콜레 교르에 결보 쳔보라 웨베 림보체 나덴다 예외 린젠된 대제 파다 pom바 상보선 포토만 참베 제마가 라서바 포토만 참바 탐제 마타와 메바 다비 뇌베 체게 인타 냠베게 신경 개발아 차베 돌타와 레량 대다비 괴베 통매도 캔생 걸와 제세 네바 제세도 네바 하단 제베 도와 탐제기 선남게 신안 탐바 강예 상계 당 창조 삼바 탐제기 어르신 자바라 자베 어버 탐바라 숨바 탐바라 개와 샤베 갈바 자토로 소신 샤바라 솔로 대바니 지게도 로변 시와네 진조네 도베 동아라 민진보 대와 탐제 중회네 담바니 다 고대당 제대 연례네 교로 제송바 따로 도와 사단 제베 팬데 말레바네 군겐 결례 담바 렘보체 코나라라 레싱 결례 담바 개바양 덴쟁게 개보 탐바 남게 고대당 틀레라라 레베나 탱하 던조 토베 왕베 결탑 라나 마치바 강예 지르군겐 결례 담바 렘보체 초도 내가 군도 달신게라 유랭도 내버려 자외 제다 개바라 공보 강게 투마 마인베 돌자를 켜봐 다자 카와 레바 용게 탈당 윤게 편대 말레바 공보 초단 제소 도도 예베나 지게도 장근 현재 도저 정책에 로저게 대백 공보 초게 섭된 송대블레 사단 롬보 닌다 내게 바로 상송 파조 개베 장매간 주전 파조 개베 장매간 도제 틀어 심도 된수 솔로시 lume dorje songe tente chitara deba shin chite ninde doba matonge para teseto kumishebe dorje migurwe yondo minube janten tara kango tongwa tende jamden de gala tada ebe ngor shabe den shindo la yang rang yu kanjen zhong ha den chenbe chute nibe shanme kan podan jambo podale mije dongye debe serge tiban tomboro shopso tashi ge reka ngombara kwede 시제 냠좀게 가산데 게게 별로 로르 솔로 대바단 잡직 탱네 손데 지게도 장조 톱장리다 메달쇼 제 송바더 다소 돌자로 결바 남 개와네 개와 차라네 차라 탐제도 공보초다 남양 메달와 제손 점버쇼 시 솔로 대바라나 대대신도 샬게 셰베 도지 갈론 사모 다자 남게 조 대전 콜로 제베겐도 제네간 솔로 켄켄네 켄네 솔로 제제도 다발라
노
In the background, we see people from the Tibetan traditional three Tibetan provinces carrying the offerings as part of this long life prayer offering to His Holiness. And this is Changzi Choegyud Rinpoche, Gozog Rinpoche. His Eminence Gozog Rinpoche offering a statue, crystal statue of Buddha to His Holiness. And Dai Situ Rinpoche making offering of turquoise rock to His Holiness the Dalai Lama. I think it's Ringu Rinpoche. Ringu Tugun, sir. Ningma. This is a long life prayer to His Holiness written by the two late tutors, Gyabje Ling Rinpoche and Gyabje Tijang Rinpoche. And this is the representative, the head Lama of the Burn tradition, making offering of the three representations of body, speech, and mind. His Holiness. President of Central Tibetan Administration, Sikyong, Dr. Lobsang Singye making the offering of the mandala, the three representations of body, speech, and mind of Buddha. He receives blessings of His Holiness and makes his request. The Chief Justice of the CTA, choegyud Honorable choegyud and the This is a prayer to Guru Padmasambhava. The prayer swiftly accomplishing, spontaneously accomplishing one's wishes. We have the Nechung Oracle Medium, and the Oracle Medium of Nyenchen Tangla.
Doje Bege Zenje Yongla Mare Lobe Zenjen Dembebe Nyamo Doge Zenjen Daje Dote Donge Meba
And then the oracle medium, the lady, the two ladies. This one is from Ladakh, Kargil. From Balinge to Barachinga. Yumala, Sinjan Tamche, Yamo, Dungar. Me Nyamanchungnela so dev samba.
Samba Samba Lunge Drobo Chinge Lo Tutu Dunge Chimbe Nyeba Na Geba Peke Jemba Dunge Na Teke Mebe Dongjo Drabo Yenye Tezo Meba Sowa De Uyen Doje Bogyo Meba Se Uyen Bema Jone La Sowa Samba Lunge Drobo Chinge Lo Tutu Dunge Chimbe Nyeba Na Geba Peke Jemba Dung Teke Mebe Dongjo Drabo Yenye Tezo Meba Sowa De Uyen Bema Jone La Sowa Samba Lunge Drobo Chinge Lo Tezon Sanje Guru Rinpo Che Mura Gonda Dewa Jembe Baje Gunse Tendo Trabe Ze Sowa Tezo Chinge La Doze China Same Baje Shiva Da Samba Lunge Drobo Chinge Lo Tezon Sanje Guru Rinpo Che Mura Gonda Dewa Jembe Baje Gunse Tendo Trabe Ze Sowa Tezo Chinge La Doze China Same Baje Shiva Samba Lunge Drobo Chinge Lo Tezon Sanje Guru Rinpo Che Mura Gonda Dewa Jembe Baje Gunse Tendo Trabe Ze Sowa Tezo Chinge La Doze China Same Baje Shiva Samba Lunge Drobo Chinge Lo Chadong Gole Gyue Gyeba Don Chen Gyeba Sanje Don Gala Gande De La De De Zumba Chere Se La Je
Good. Yeah, that's it. And cholsum choegyud, daja, pe, shuman, jiji, shiji, cholsum choegyud java, tang. 대신도 삶이 용내스다. 대신도 다 간다. 때문에 주니 개복공아. 그래서 도마 자간에 표.
Tibetan deities. Sorry. So there are Tibetan Dharma protectors such as Temachunyi and so forth, who were bound by oath to protect the teaching during the King Tisung Detsen's time, and then Marchin Pomra and others who are the indigenous deities of Tibet. So the people from the 3 traditional provinces of Tibet and the major Tibetan Buddhist, Tibetan spiritual traditions, together with the deities, have made this Tenshuk long life prayer offering. I would like to thank you all. I became sick some time ago, and many people inside and outside, not only Tibetans, but also people from around the world, were concerned about me, and there were many from China proper as well who felt concerned about my health. So with your unwavering faith and your commitment and spiritual bond with me, you prayed for me. I would like to thank you all. Of course, when karma is something that if you have not created a karma, you will not suffer the consequence, and you will not suffer a karma of which you have not created the cause. So some karma which somebody else has done will not be ripened upon you, but because of family relationship and also spiritual connection between Lama and disciples, and also because of being from the same, having the connection, financial connection within the family, there is, when you make prayers to one another, it has its effect. And so those who have prayed for me, you have not done it as some kind of a acting superficial, but you have done it sincerely, and therefore it will have, your prayers have its own effect, and there are many prayers that were done, so it's quite sure that it has its effect and power. So I would like to thank you all for your prayers. So I cannot talk about past lives, my past incarnations, but in this life, having become a monk and having pursued the teaching of the Buddha, studying, and as Rinpoche himself has said towards the end of the praise to the Buddha for teaching dependent origination, so having followed the teaching of the Buddha, I have done quite a lot of study, and because of this study that I have done, I have felt special faith in the 17 Nalanda masters. In the past, we only had the 6 ornaments and 2 sublime masters, in which masters like Bhaviveka, Chandrakirti, Haribhadra, Vimukti Sena, and so forth were not included. So these 17 Nalanda masters who lived in the past, so if I praised and actually raised the status of these 17 Nalanda masters, there's nothing I gain from it, but if you really study their writings, you can actually see how you can help raise awareness of the teaching of the Buddha. So though I have not done much study, but I have studied the classic, the great treatises, and even today I do read them and study them even today. So having become a monk, following after you, the Buddha, and also pursued the study and having become a yogi pursuing the path. And so since my childhood I had interest in the view of emptiness, and I have really given serious thought on this topic. And my as debate assistant Gen Ngutup Tsoknyi, with whom I have done lots of discussions. Should I boast about something here? So this verse in the praise to the Buddha for, so he actually held his fingers like this, and he said this verse was very difficult, which says, So he really complained about finding it very difficult to comprehend the meaning of this verse, which says, because of the reason of dependent origination, you do not rely on the extremes. So if Nguru Tsongyi were still alive, I would be able to offer him an offering of my practice. And Gyabje Ling Rinpoche, when I once related in connection with the second Dalai Lama, Gendun Gyatso's songs of view, experience of the view, I actually reported to my experience of emptiness to my tutor Gyabje Ling Rinpoche, and Ling Rinpoche told me that before long you will become a space yogi, meaning someone who has gained insight into the emptiness. So because Jonel Lama Rinpoche also had said, because of the blessings of many of his teachers, he was able to actually move his tongue to speak about emptiness. So when you understand emptiness well, and also the luminous nature of the mind, and so and also it gives some better understanding of the insight into bodhicitta. And so with regard to bodhicitta, I found my mind transform on the basis of Bodhisattva Charya Avatara by Shantideva. Since I received teaching on it in 1967 from Kuno Lama Rinpoche Tenzin Gyaltsen, so I have actually applied the teaching. So since I received teaching on this from Kuno Lama Rinpoche Tenzin Gyaltsen, with regard to this view of emptiness, the profound emptiness, and also the extensive path of bodhicitta, the method aspect of the path, and so forth, I have been able to gain some experience and also relate and share it with others. So I can see that this is really beneficial to others. So on a daily basis, I generate bodhicitta and meditate on. And as it is said, all suffering in the world come from wishing oneself to be happy, and all happiness in the world come from wishing others to be happy. And unless you exchange your own joy and happiness with the suffering with others, you live alone, reaching Buddhahood. Even in samsara, you will not have happiness in samsara. And also, as the prayers in Bodhisattva Charya Avatara says, may I be sustenance to the multitude of beings like those of the space, the elements. And as long as space remains, I sincerely make this prayer. As long as space remains, as long as sentient beings remain, may I too abide to dispel the miseries of transmigrators. So in this life, I feel that I have been able to serve the Tibetan people and the Tibetan spiritual tradition, and also other people, how this altruistic state of mind helps oneself and others. So because of my conviction in this, I talk about this to everybody, everywhere. that this brings peace of mind and happiness. As Shantideva says, if you are not able to, if you don't exchange or switch your own joy and happiness with the suffering of others, live alone, reaching Buddhahood, even in samsara, you will not have happiness. And so if you look at the world, you see how people are actually creating lots of problems to one another. Of course, animals, the wild animals like tigers and so forth, they kill other animals. When they're hungry, they do that, but not to the scale that human beings cause so much harm to one another. This human intelligence, instead of using it for positive, constructive purposes, people are using it as and making themselves like servants of under the influence of the negative emotions, and cause lots of problems, even to the extent of killing one another. So we are at a very sad situation in the world today, and therefore altruism is very necessary in today's world. So the philosophical teachings of the 17 Nalanda masters are also very important, following the Buddha's own statements, O monks and scholars. Just as gold is tested by burnishing, etc. Likewise, you should examine my teaching. So the Buddha says, his disciples should not just believe in what he has said, but do critical analysis and investigation through reason and logic, and experiment. And through these means, once you find some conviction, then experiment his teaching. And so it's only the Buddha, Shakyamuni Buddha himself alone, who has said so amongst the many different founding teachers of different religious traditions. So some of the Theravada monks I know, so the first sermon of the Buddha was on the Four Noble Truths. The philosophical import of it is the Four Noble Truths, and then when it comes to practicing, the 37 factors or aids of enlightenment were taught. And then what is meant by the true cessation and what is the means of that leads to that true cessation. What is that true path? Is it possible to attain nirvana or not? So we're not just saying that, oh, this is possible because the Buddha said so. And you have to actually establish this truth through reason, and that's why it's taught in the perfection of wisdom teachings, the second turning of the wheel of Dharma. And today the people of the Pali tradition also pay attention to the using reason as well. So regarding the teaching of the Buddha, the Four Noble Truths, and the 16 aspects or attributes, which are really amazing. But if you only rely merely on scriptural citation, and it would be like chewing on something without teeth. But the Sanskrit tradition,
Sanskrit tradition did lay on 디 나라에네 롱samla 겹쳐 모임 봐. 리퀘 주야지.
So Sanskrit tradition not only resorts to scriptural citations but also use reason and logic. Like Master Nagarjuna uses lots of reasoning in his Mula Madhyamaka Karika, and Aryadeva, his disciple too, does that. And then with regard to using logic and reasoning, emphatically we have the Master Diknaka and Dharmakirti. And so these two masters are like the masters who have given us teeth to chew on even very hard matters. So the Buddha taught the first sermon, and then the second turning. And together with this, along with that, we also come across that of logic and epistemology. And then the third turning, which teaches about the subjective clear-light mind, and that connects us to that of the Tantrayana. So Gungdan Rinpoche has said that the three turnings of the wheel of Dharma are like the progressively climbing a mountain. So the first turning of the wheel of Dharma leads us to a certain stage, and then the second turning emphasizes the true cessation and true path, and then when you reach the third turning, it emphasizes mainly that of the subtle mind of true path, wherein there is also this third turning makes differentiation between the subtle and gross states of mind. In the beginning, when the Buddha became enlightened, he said, I have found this nectar-like Dharma, which is profound, peaceful, free from elaborations, and luminous and unconditioned. So the first two words, profound and peaceful, refer to the first turning of the wheel of Dharma, which shows how we are led into the samsara through the origin of suffering, giving rise to that of the origin, the true suffering, and how to get out of this cycle of existence through the path and attaining true cessation. And so with regard to the peacefulness, to demonstrate it through reason, we have the second turning of the wheel of Dharma, which is shown by the freedom from elaboration, and luminosity and unconditioned refer to the third turning of the wheel of Dharma, the third wheel, which is mainly the source of the source sutra of the Mahayana Uttara Tantra, where there is teaching on the Buddha nature through the 9 analogies or examples. And so we can see how the teaching of the Buddha can be understood as a progression from the first to the third turning of the wheel of Dharma. So we can understand as the intelligence and understanding of the disciples deepen further and further, the Buddha gave deeper and deeper teachings, progressing from the first to the second to the third wheel of Dharma. So since there is the Sanskrit tradition emphasizes reason to establish the meaning, of course, for the obvious things, we don't need to reason out things, but on the basis of what is perceptually cognized, we use reason to see those which are slightly obscure or hidden phenomena. And when you are able to see the Buddha as an authoritative person, as a reliable person, by understanding emptiness and so forth, And then you'll be able to also see that the very obscure or the extremely hidden phenomena, although are hidden from us for now, I mean, once you find the Buddha through reason to be a reliable person, you can also see these teachings of the Buddha pertaining to the very hidden ones to be also reliable. And so this is something that we also have experienced in our day-to-day life. So the science mainly deals with the obvious phenomena, the manifest ones. So in our tradition, there is the manifest phenomena, the slightly hidden, and the very hidden phenomena. And so when we do discussions and dialogues with the modern scientists, we are able to actually learn there's a mutual learning between us. We learn from them, they learn from us. And so the instructions of the Buddha, which were made clear to us as if giving eye to us by the 17 Nalanda masters. So in this life,